How to add a contact form to your Google Sites. Hey everyone and welcome. I hope you're all doing great. In this video I will show you two different ways, or let's say multiple different ways, in order to do so and create one that is proper for you when it comes to design and stuff like that. Basically, Google Sites is not really going to offer you a proper main way to create one. It's just going to lead you to create one with Google Forms, and then from there just insert it, which is one of the methods that you can use, and it is going to be a respected method. But then you also have more options out there if you want to have, better designs, more freedom and stuff like that. But generally speaking, I'm going to take you through that step by step. So let's just go and get started. First, you want to open up your site to create one if you don't have one already with Google Sites. I'm just going to open up this one. And then what I'm going to do personally, if you want to use it on this page, good for you. If not, you can just go to pages on the top right corner, and I'm going to actually create an entire page dedicated for it. And I'm just going to call it contact form for the sake of this tutorial. So go to pages. If you want to do the same, go to new page and simply just type in the name for it. I'm just going to type in contact form, and then we can just click on done, and this is going to generate the form, the page for us. I already have a contact us, so let me just go ahead and remove that once this loads in. We don't really need two of them. Okay, so now that we are on this page, simply what Google Sites really wants you to do here is scroll down to the bottom, and you're going to be able to find Google Forms, or it says Forms here. So if you click on Forms, you're not going to be able to create a new one from here. You simply are going to find what you already have when it comes to Forms. In order to create a new Google Forms option and use it to Google Sites, you are going to be required first to actually log in into the same account that you're using Google Sites with, so your Gmail. And then from here, once you're logged in into the same account, open up a new tab or the same one. It doesn't really make a difference. Go to your Google Apps. Again, just make sure it is the same account. Scroll down until you find Forms here, which is purple, and you're going to be able to find it real quick. If you don't see it in here, just search Google Forms. You should be able to find it, but you can just search Google Forms and you'll be able to see it from there. Once you're on this page, you simply just want to click on blank form if you want, or you can just go for contact information, which is going to be easier for you because it is already a pre-built one. And from here, you can just go ahead and use it and edit it to your liking. So personally, I'm just going to go for contact information here and use that one. Once this loads in, we can feel free to customize it to our liking. So here we can first change the, this right here is going to be the header of the form itself. So right now it says contact information. We wanted to say something like contact form instead. Next up, before we actually set up the form itself, we can go to customize theme on the top here. And we're going to be able to set up a proper image, or just replace it, or just remove any image if you don't really want any. And then you can set up the text style, and you can also set up the colors that are related to this, the form itself. So let's just keep it as it is, or yeah, I think as it is the best one right now. I'm just going to leave it like that. And like I said, when it comes to customization options, Google Forms is kind of lacking, but you have what you have here. And you do also have the ability to add images. But for the form itself, you're going to have a bunch of questions here, as you can see, and the first one being name. So we can actually change that so it says first name. And then from here, we can just simply make sure it is a short answer. So this is pretty much the type of answer that they can provide. It could be short answer, paragraph, multiple choice, checkboxes, drop down, you name it. There's plenty that they can actually do with this. So set it up to be short answer, and then you can actually make it either required or not. First name usually is going to be required, because if you want to have automations with your emails, then you may need to find their first name. Now the email same goes here. If you want to set this up, it's going to say email. You can just leave it as it is. Short answer is the answer for it, and here they have a condition: text email, please enter a valid email address, otherwise it's not going to work. You can feel free to remove this, but keep it as it is, because it's a proper good condition. Because if they try to enter a first name and act dumb, it's not going to work. Okay, next up we have address here, which I'm going to remove address because we don't really need it. You simply just click on it and click on delete question. And then we can have phone number, which I'm going to delete, and comments, which I'm also going to delete. Now, let's say you want to add a different question here or a form field. And in this case, you simply just click on add question right over here. And this is going to allow you to add your question and obviously the type of answer that you want for it. So we can just go ahead and do birthday, for example, and this is going to give us, their age and so on. And this is automatically going to turn to age, but make sure it is set to age to date if it's not already. And you can feel free to make it required or not. I'm just going to leave it off. And then once we are done, we can just go to settings. And then within the settings, we can just go ahead and do responses. And we have the ability to change a few things here. For example, collect emails, whether you wanted to do so or not. If you want to limit the response to one per person or per account, you can set this up again, and you have more settings as well. Once you're happy with it, just click on publish on the top right and click on publish one more time, and this should make it public. Now, it is not yet set up on your Google Sites, so we simply just want to go ahead and go back to Google Sites. But before we do that, just so we don't come back here one more time, once you have it set up on your Google Sites, which I'm going to show you how, and if you want to see the responses, you simply just go back to Google Forms, log into the same account, open this up, which is the same form, go to responses, and you're going to basically find them all in here. So I really recommend that you give it a proper name that you can feel free to easily identify the actual form. Now, going back to Google Sites, adding a Google form, it is going to be the easiest part because you simply just go to the insert option and you simply just scroll down until you find forms. And this time you're going to actually be able to find it right away, and you simply just drag and drop it. Sorry, you just actually click on it and then insert. Some elements are drag and drop, some of them are not. And then you basically just centralize it like so. Click on it one more time and just drag it down until it is full if you want it to be that way, or if you want people to scroll through it, it's also up to you. So right now it is set up to be like this, and you can try to centralize it the best that you can, which is going to be like that. And people now can fill out this form and actually click on submit, and you're going to basically find the proper responses. So this is method 1 on how to actually create a contact form to your Google Sites. Now, what if you don't really like how it looks like, or you don't really want to use the Google Forms one for some reason? You can go ahead and use a different platform out there, and there's plenty that you can use. There's JotForms. So if you just go to jotform.com, you're going to be able to set it up from that. Let me just showcase multiple different ones and then just show you how to set it up on one of them. So I just pulled up 3 of the different platforms out there that you can create forms using. One of the more popular ones, JotForm, you can use it for free for up to 5 forms and a few things here that you can read more about. You also have Visme, which is also going to give you the option to create forms, and then you also have AdaForm. So this is also going to provide you with a free version, and you're going to have 100 responses per month, which is the capability for the free one. So again, you can also feel free to look up for more different actual form creators out there, because there's plenty, not only these 3. So you can just feel free to look around, but usually you're going to end up on one of these because they're the more popular ones out there. For JotForm, I already have an account, but if you don't, you can just simply sign up for free on the top right. But I'm just going to log in and show you what to do next. So let's say you want to use JotForm. In this case, what you want to do is create it. I'm not going to really dive deep into how to create a form in JotForm specifically, because like I said, you could be using many different types of platforms out there. So I'm actually going to do just show you how to start one, and then I'm just going to create one because maybe you are using a different platform. For JotForm, you simply just click on create here, and you are going to select the type of form that you want to create. Form is for me here good to go, and then I'm just going to click on start from scratch, but you can also start with a template. Probably the same thing goes for the rest of them. Again, I'm just going to start from scratch, and I'm going to use the classic form builder, not the card form. So I'm just going to use this one, and then I'm going to add basically the type of questions here. I'm just going to add name, email, and I think that should be good to go. So we can use add element here. Again, this is going to be a little bit different for each person. So I'm just going to drag and drop because JotForm is a drag and drop builder. I'm going to have email beneath, and then you can set them up accordingly. For example, here you can just go to properties and, set them up to be required or not. And same goes for the email option here. I'm just going to make it required and we are good to go. Now, simply what you're trying to look for when it comes to the form once you're actually done and happy with it. Again, I'm not really going to design it much here. You simply just want to publish it and you want to copy the link for it. So I'm just going to publish it and then copy the link for it. And I totally forgot that we want to actually not share it with other people, but we actually want to embed it to Google Sites. So no, we don't really need to copy the link. This was a mistake. What we need to actually do is find the embed code for the actual form. This is going to be how it works because we want to copy the code, which is through the embed, which I'm 100% certain you're going to be able to find it very easily for your platform that you're using. Go back to your Google Sites and you simply just go to the insert option, click on embed here and make sure you select embed code unless you are given the URL instead of, embed code. But in this case, it's embed code. So I'm just going to click on that and paste this in and click on next. And this is going to give us a little preview of what we created and click on insert once you're happy with it. Again, try to centralize it the best that you can here. And obviously try to resize it as well. So we can just click on that and drag this down like so and centralize it one more time. And people now can actually go ahead and click on name, last name, email, and submit. And we're going to be able to get the answers through JotForm. Same goes for the rest of the platforms that you're currently using. And this is pretty much how to add a contact form to Google Sites in many different ways. So hopefully you found this video to be informative and helpful. And thanks for watching.